discussing some of the major muscles of the muscular system. One of the things that we like to look at is what is it that muscles do? And muscles produce some type of movement by exerting forces on tendons and they pull on bones and some supporting structures like the skin. So, in order for a muscle to move, it has to really either originate or insert somewhere on a bone. Okay, and so knowing the difference between the origin and the insertion is very important. The origin of a muscle is the muscle that attaches to the bone that does not move, where the insertion is the site where the muscle attaches to the bone. Here's an example, a classic example, and you can see here if you look at this PowerPoint presentation, this is the muscle called the biceps brachii. It's called biceps because it's a double muscle belly. It has two muscle bellies. And you could see that the biceps inserts onto the radius, and the insertion here would be the site where the bone moves as the muscle contracts. And then you could see the origin is the scapula, the shoulder blade, where when the muscle contracts, this bone does not move. That's the difference between the origin and the insertion. Now, the coordination amongst muscles and how they move is based on its action. The prime mover of a muscle is called the agonist. The synergist muscle is a muscle that helps the prime mover actually contract. And the antagonist does the opposite of what the agonist does. So while a muscle contracts, the other muscle relaxes. That would be the antagonist muscle. Let's look at identifying some of the major muscles. You could see here that this is a muscle called the orbicularis oculi. It's a muscle that goes around the eye. Muscle of the forehead is called the epicranius. The epicranius muscle has two muscle bellies. It has an anterior and it has a posterior belly, and they're both connected by an aponeurosis, which is like a connective tissue sheath. The masseter muscle, which is located right over here, this is a muscle that helps chewing. This is a sternocleidomastoid, which is a major head flexor muscle. This right over here is called the deltoid muscle. Now, this is the muscle of the shoulder. This is the pectoralis major muscle, muscle of the chest. This is called the rectus abdominis muscle. The rectus abdominis would be the muscle of the abdomen. It helps flex the vertebral column. So when you do sit-ups, this is the muscle that's contracting. Your biceps brachii, right over here. Longest muscle in the body, better known as the sartorius muscle. The sartorius muscle is the longest muscle in the body. This right over here is your hamstring group. I'm sorry, this is your quadriceps group. Your quadriceps group is made up of these four muscles here: the vastus lateralis, the vastus medialis, the vastus intermedius you don't see because it's a deep muscle, and the rectus femoris, which is right over here. Now, right over here is also known as the tibialis anterior muscle. I'm sorry, tibialis anterior muscle. Some of the muscles in the back, your traps or your trapezius helps you shrug your shoulders. Your latissimus dorsi is a muscle of the back, a swimmer's muscle. Here's your triceps brachii. This is your glutes or your gluteus maximus. Right over here is your hamstring group, made up of the semitendinosus, semimembranosus, and the biceps femoris. Those are three muscles that make up the hamstring group. This is your calf muscle, better known as the gastrocnemius. Also, with your gastrocnemius comes the calcaneal tendon, which attaches directly to it, also known as the Achilles tendon. This is not a muscle, but it's a tendon. And you could see its attachment site is on the gastrocnemius or the and this really concludes my